very tough journey for me to be able to be here, for example, today, to finally break out of my shell and say, I have to champion this for the very basic reason that there's a lot more people than we realize who are suffering in their homes and in society in general. But because of cultural issues, because of cultural norms, because of stigma, because of judgment, a lot of people don't come out. And it's only through this work that I now am privy just to how bad it is. And it's non-discriminatory, from the most well-known people socially to the least known people. It cuts across. And I think quite often a big challenge that we faced is gender-based violence has often been stereotyped to a certain demographic. To women, maybe we can say, who live in the rural areas, who people assume are not educated, who are not financially empowered. But through my experiences, and one of the main reasons why I chose to come out was to show that gender-based violence has got no face. It's like cancer. It just doesn't, you can't just wake up and say, actually, I won't get cancer, because you can, irrespective of how much money you have or how much money you don't. So hence why I'm here today, joining Vera, and I have taken it upon myself as an individual to just create awareness and engage in conversation within my social groups, and trying to reach as many people as I can in my own small way. I'm an organization by myself, but I feel that it's prudent that survivors and victims alike start to have the confidence and have the support to be able to come out.
I don't know if it's going to come out
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
because I mean it's really quite tricky for me, because you in your mind you're rating and you're editing and you're counter editing and you're censoring and you're saying, okay, is he gonna get hurt? It's really difficult for journalists to actually talk to survivors, as it were, because you're not too sure about the sore points.
Yeah.
So you will forgive me for
Yes.
that in case I touch on the
Yes.
on the sore point. But when we talk about gender-based violence, not having a face, and some will say, well, it's not gender-based violence. No, it is just gender-based violence. Let's talk about your story. What is it that you then say, no, this is enough? Was it the beatings? Was it the verbal issues? What exactly was it?
My story touched on everything. It touched on verbal abuse. It touched on physical abuse. And the thing with physical abuse is, once it starts, um, it's very cliche, as they say. But once you're beaten once, you should always believe that they're not going to stop, because it ordinarily always happens again. That is something that I think I now know for sure. And my situation was also sensitive because I was dealing with someone who had a gun, who was very, very volatile. So volatile to the point where, you're literally always walking on eggshells, because at any time you don't know, is the gun going to come out? Am I going to be stabbed? And also emotional trauma of not even being able to go out in public with my sisters or with my friends or with my family, because he was always ready for a fight. And it starts with the little things. It starts with, I'm a tall woman. I'd like to believe I'm relatively graceful. And a man just looks at you, and that's it. And you're like, whoa, I don't even know this guy. And from then on, it literally goes downhill. An altercation ensues with the gentleman, and of course, by the time you get home, it's now full throttle on you. I went to co-ed schools all of my life. You meet a classmate, Munoziana, Munozirana Kopi. No, but I went to school with him, and you reach the level where you live a life where every man, mainly, who even looks your way, you're literally saying a prayer and saying, God, please can he not come and say hi to me? Please can he just walk away and pretend that he doesn't know me, even if it's my relative? Because avaskuzia kuti pandita shika kumba nyaya ichandiputikira. And it was a horrible way to live, because you're subjected to that isolation. Because what happened in the end is I became an extremely isolated person. And I isolated myself as well from those people that I cared about, because I felt I was protecting them from the volatility. Because, in everything is always sorry. No, sorry, he was just in a bad mood today. Sorry, I will know. It's hard to even quantify and qualify into words just how traumatic it is to be with a narcissist and someone who has insecurities within themselves, and they take it out on you.
Yeah, that's very, very deep there. If you've just joined us, this is the Daily Dose. We are talking about 16 days of activism against gender based violence. Classic 263 leading in that activism.